Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and Arsenal have provided the fatal blow, in my opinion, for Ipswich's relegation in their game at Allen Road. The game ended 4-0, a quite comfortable victory for the Gunners. So let's go ahead and talk about this game. I mean, it was quite an easy win, if I'm being very honest with you. I mean, Ipswich were never really in that game. From the get-go, Arsenal had the possession, the way that Arsenal moved the ball. It was very, very easy for Arsenal, it was an easy game for Arsenal. It was an easy afternoon for the players. They were never really challenged, if I'm being very honest with you. Ipswich, to their credit, they unfortunately they never really turned up in this game. They were simply outpaced. They were simply outclassed, and Arsenal, they showed the difference in standard between them, between a Premier League club and unfortunately now a Championship side. Ipswich are. The difference was miles apart. The way that Arsenal was so easily moving about. I mean, at one time there was like 85 to 15% possession stats. That's how easy it was. I don't think Ipswich had a shot on goal in the entire game. I cannot recall. Arsenal scored the goals for fun. They were creating chances for fun. Martinelli had a goal. Saka had a goal. Then you have that red card as well. That basically ended Ipswich's any chance for them. Even if the player had not been sent off, I just don't see a world where Ipswich would have been able to come back in that game because they were really, really poor. If I'm being very honest, it felt like that mentally the players and the manager that they all had accepted that we are done. Like they have accepted that they are going to get relegated. So they really did not try, if I'm being very honest with you. And it was for Arsenal, they really did not care. They have halted Liverpool's chances of becoming champions for one more week by winning the game and winning it quite convincingly as well. So yeah, I would say they would be really, really happy. You had Trossard scoring another goal as well. Wanyari scoring his a goal as well. So it was a really, really good performance. And I will say this: their luck is just 4-0. It could quite easily have been more than 4. It could quite easily have been 5, 6, 7. But somehow Arsenal did not really, despite scoring 4 goals, they really did not, they were not really clinical enough in front of the goal, if I'm being honest. So they created so many chances. They could have easily doubled the tally of goals that they scored. A big boost for Mikel Arteta because the last couple of games in the Premier League they have not really lived up to the hype. They have not really created that much. Maybe because Ben White has come in, you could see the difference today. Him coming in and that right hand side with him and Saka, it was so fluid. It was it looked like the Arsenal of old, if I'm being very honest. But because of the last couple of weeks, they have been so boring. The creativity wise, they were never really. They were quite poor in the last couple of games. I said that as well. But today they were really up to it. I mean, Odegaard, I would say he had a really a great game. The way he moves the ball, the way he's always available to take a pass. I love Martin Odegaard, irrespective of whether he scores or not, whether he assists or not. The way he carries the ball, he's on constantly. He keeps on moving. He's on the prowl to get a chance. He's on waiting for the opposition side to make a mistake. He's always available for the ball. And he leads the way, the team really good. As I said, he was just waiting, always there. You watch Arsenal and you will find 2 players, I would say, Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard. You will just find them everywhere. And I think that is a big testament that is why our midfield is so good, because you have these 2 players moving everywhere, and then you have Mikel Merino. I mean, the season this guy is having, I would say, there's a word that a blessing in disguise. I know we should have bought somebody in January and whatnot. The board fucked up there and everything. But for all of that talk for Mikel Merino, that was a blessing in disguise, because the way that his season has turned out, if that the striker comes in, he doesn't get that much game time, and he's not able to showcase his true talent. But he was simply sensational yet again. Normally the players like Saka, they get the credits, and Trossard and Martinelli and all this, but these are the players like Merino, or the type of players who are like the silent heroes who do all the work. It was Kai Havertz before. I always said that Havertz is so underrated because of the work that he did, the dirty work that most players don't want to do. And Marino is one of those players you just love to see it, the way that he moves the ball, the way he on the ball and off the ball. It is simply sensational. Commanding performance by the Gunners. As I said, now it is like 10-point gap between them and Liverpool. Liverpool are yet to play. They are going to play Leicester City later on. That is, I have said it is going to be quite a one-sided. I think I've made a 4-0 or 5-0 prediction win for Liverpool. Ipswich are done in my opinion. Like they need to win their next 5 games, and they need to win it so big, and they need to hope that all the other teams don't win. The teams above them, I think West Ham don't have to win, and so like it is basically at the moment it's totally like Ipswich are done in the street because they need a massive miracle. They need to win all 5 games. Other teams need to lose, and it's not just that, the goal difference between them other teams is massive as well. So quite possibly by next weekend it's going to be official that Ipswich are done in the street. And for Leicester, they could be done in the street today if Liverpool win that game. Even if Liverpool don't win them, Leicester have to win, otherwise they are going to get relegated. So I think the relegation is almost sort of confirmed this weekend. If Liverpool end up winning the title, that will be like almost certainly change the table as well, because the title is going to be for Liverpool as well. If they don't win, then maybe something. I am not really hoping of a miracle regarding the title. I still think Liverpool are going to win it quite easily. But still, I'm really happy. As I said, you need to win the games. It doesn't matter if you are going to win the title or not. Arsenal have to finish second in the league because they, in my opinion, they are the best team in the league. Of course, I'm an Arsenal fan. I could be a bit biased, but with everything that has happened and all the controversies and whatnot, I still think we should finish second. We have the Champions League to concentrate on. But you need to, we need to finish second. As Ipswich, on the other hand, I think out of all the 3 teams that came into the Premier League this season, I think Ipswich were the most entertaining. I think they were the ones who tried the most the games that they played. And there were so many games where Ipswich were involved where their lack of experience showed. If they had some more experience in the Premier League, I don't think they lose. I would say 7 to 8 games they wouldn't have lost. There are about 7 to 8 games same time where they wouldn't have drawn and given away the leads that they had. So in my opinion, they were the best side in terms of the teams that came up. I would be quite sad to see them go down. And they were there. Sometimes teams come up and they're like a breath of fresh air, and I think Ipswich were one of those. You had Blackpool, about 5-6 years ago when they came in. Bournemouth were one of those teams, and now the good thing for Bournemouth was they were able to stay up. And when you stay up, it helps you build up. And I'm really sad because I think Chris McKenna, the manager, is also really good as well. And so it is a bit sad. Anyways, whenever a club gets relegated, it's a sad thing. But a club like Ipswich, who really tried, and who backed the manager, who splashed the cash as well, they tried to give themselves a chance. But I just say that the lack of experience of not playing on the highest level by a majority of their players, I think that really cost them. There are 2-3 players I think who are going to get signed up by the Premier League side, but for Ipswich as a club, I think it is a learning process, and I really hope unfortunately they are going to go down, but I hope they come back up quite early. It took them about 20 years last time out when they got down, so let's hope it's not that long this time around. So yeah, that's it from me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, what you guys thought of Arsenal's performance, what you guys thought of Ipswich's performance. Do you think there's some hope, some sort of a miracle where Arsenal do end up winning the title, which I don't think it's going to happen? But what you think, and what you think about Arsenal's players' performance, let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of the season, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.